Immaculate dream, made red and skin. I've been waiting for your sign with a home tattoo. Happy birthday to you, was created for you. It'll take a little time, might take a little cry to come undone. Now we'll try to stay blind to the hope we feel outside. Hey child, stay wilder than the wind and blow me to fly. Who do you need? Who do you love when you come undone? Who do you need? Who do you love when you come undone? Play me deja vu like a radio.
All right, what is up? What is up? Can you guys hear me okay? Can you guys? Yes. Duran Duran. Who doesn't like Duran Duran? I mean, you got to be insane to not like Duran Duran. Good. All right, you guys can hear me. Excellent. Get my stuff together here. All right. We got a lot to talk about. Yeah, and are we seeing the market reverse? We're going to find out. So we're going to dig into those charts in just a minute. But man, all of the things that I've been prepping you guys for, all the things that I've been talking about from the end of last year into the beginning of this year, they're happening at a rate of speed that is absolutely mind-blowing. Just going to cover a couple of them because you guys have been keeping up with the numbers. As we literally, it was literally just a couple months ago where we were talking about the number of companies, okay, institutions or companies that are accumulating Bitcoin, not nations, not retail, actual organizations or companies like Wall Street companies, foreign companies, this, that, and the other. And we literally were just saying, it seems like last week, I know it was like a couple months ago, but we were literally just saying that number was 50. That number is now 79, with literally 12 of them having their first Bitcoin accumulations ever in this quarter of this year. This is a number that I believe is going to continue to pick up, to add more and more, but the speed of which is going to, I think, ascend kind of like gold has gone vertical. I think we see the number of institutions that accumulate Bitcoin grow. Now, I like the steady growth that it has right now because like 79, when you think 79 companies are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets, it's significant. And here's why. That's going to pick up speed after August. Why after August? Because as of August, the United States will have published their crypto regulatory framework. And so there are many institutions that have talked about, accumulating, but they're waiting for that final green light. Literally the go button, the final green light is this regulatory framework in every facet of the word. Okay, not just for Bitcoin, but for all of crypto and everything that's going to happen. It's the unleashing, the final unleashing of Wall Street that's already here. They're here, but they haven't been unleashed yet. So yes, it's great. 79 companies accumulating Bitcoin. I've already said this. I believe that by the end of 2026, probably more than half to 3/4 of the S&P 500 companies will have it on their balance sheets. But let's not stop there. we had a massive, major announcement. Not a lot of people were like giddy about it, but it's what it represents. And just a couple of days ago, right around Easter, we had a pretty ostentatious announcement from Charles Schwab. So if you don't know who or what Charles Schwab is a $10 trillion Wall Street giant from traditional finance. $10 trillion Charles Schwab, Wall Street powerhouse, announcing crypto products within the next 12 months. This is enigmatic. I'm going to leave that word because I'm not going to be able to say it right now. I'll write it down. This is so big. It's such a big deal because it represents traditional finance, old school Wall Street, knows what is coming and is not going to be left out, not going to be left behind. This is huge. These are the highway bridges. These are the highways and the byways for not just retailers that use these brokers. Yes, there's a lot of retailers like us that use Charles Schwab, Fidelity, T. Rowe Price, all these big broker houses. Yes, but this is also who and what institutions in Wales and big money buy through. Why? Because they're approved, regulated Wall Street brokerages. So a lot of people aren't buying crypto from crypto companies because of the previous devastation and the massive attacks of the SEC on the crypto whole schematic. So there's people that won't touch things like Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, even though we know they're good to go. Like OG crypto people know they're so far along, so far ahead that they're solid. But folks, there's many people that won't buy through them. They will wait until their precious Wall Street company offers it to them, and then they'll buy it. Because most of them have their mutual funds with these guys. Most people have invested with Charles Schwab, Fidelity, T. Rowe Price, blah, blah, blah. We can go on and on. All these Wall Street traditional finance conglomerates. Most people already have their money there. And so they're going to wait for those institutions to offer crypto, and that is when that money is going to flow. Not to mention institutional money. All right, so that's an example of Wall Street that's here but waiting. Because again, they want to see the regulatory framework. He literally said it. The CEO of Charles Schwab literally said it out of his own mouth. Regulatory framework, and here we come. He literally said it. Like that's what they're waiting on. That's August. Mark your calendars. That's August. Okay. So as exciting as this time period is, as exciting as this is, because we can see the horses lined up at the stall, and they're in the stall. The stall is closed, and they're waiting. They're waiting for that final green light, and that is regulations, the final regulatory framework, which, oh, by the way, is being put out by pro-crypto politicians who are inclusive and including crypto organizations and people at the table. I mean, we already know CEO Sergey from Link has been in on pretty much every meeting from the SEC to the CFTC to the White House to you name it, and is actively involved in helping develop this framework. So it's pro-crypto, pro-investor. All right. Now, what other Wall Street horses do we have in this race? 72 altcoin ETFs. This number keeps growing. 72 altcoin ETFs already on the desk of the SEC. Altcoins, not Bitcoin. Altcoins, Wall Street products. Electronically traded funds are Wall Street products, which will bring institutional money. Yes, retailers will buy it, but that's not where the trillions is going to come from. It's going to come from institutions. It's going to go into US-based cryptos first because they'll have been regulated, approved, thumbs up And that is why the Wall Street products that are coming, that are lined up, all 72 of them are pretty much US-based cryptos. Yes, that is what this is so exciting to talk about. That's why I keep saying you can't stop what is coming. Like everybody's pouting about tariffs and the knee-jerk stuff and this, that, and the other. And by the way, I also want to talk about one other thing. The divergence between what's been happening with stocks and cryptos has gotten bigger, because now many times they do trade together. Many times Wall Street, stocks, and crypto will trade in unison. But lately, we've seen on multiple occasions, while stocks are getting hammered, yesterday is one more example of that. Stocks get absolutely smashed yesterday. Crypto does not. So this divergence is beginning to build. It's happening more often than not. You know, they only converge until they diverge. Like, that's why I say people are like, you know, they always trade together. They're always, no, that's not true. At times they do. At times they do. But at times they're very, very, very divergent, even if for a short period of time. But the amount of times that they're divergent is starting to increase. It's starting to increase because stocks didn't just dip yesterday. They got absolutely hammered. And in the meantime, crypto did not. So for me, this is another symbol or sense of the machine, the well-oiled machine that is absolutely coming for where we are going. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. So let me see, did I cover everything? I did that. Oh, yeah. So Charles Schwab. So Charles Schwab is an example of a US-based Wall Street product that's coming. But on the same day, actually the day after, you have an announcement from two massive international conglomerates that said the exact same thing: Deutsche Bank and Standard Chartered. Like, this is what I mean. Like, everybody's coming. It's not just Wall Street. So I don't want my foreign folks to be offended when I talk about Wall Street, because this is a global situation. Standard Chartered and Deutsche Bank are global entities. All right? Global entities, foreign entities coming at full speed. Everybody's coming. Everybody's coming. You cannot stop where we're at. You cannot stop what is coming. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the charts. I have to start with gold. I just have to, because there's something I do want you to see. So let me move you guys. All right, all right. Let me get my gold chart up, and then I will share my screen. All right, let's see what we got here. We're going to do gold and silver really quick, and then we're going to move on to Bitcoin, Ethereum to see if we're getting our market reversal. Yeah. All right, let's see here. I've got it on the monthly here. Let me see what you guys can see. Okay, so this is excuse me. This is, let me see if I can back this out just a little bit. All right, there we go. We'll do this. So each one of these candles represents 3 months. I'm on the 3 monthly chart because I want to be able to fit it in on my screen and you guys still see volume in my photo. This goes all the way back to 1970. Let's go 1975. So this is 1975 right here. This right here. Let me get my arrow. Let me get another arrow. I don't want to take the ones that are there because I need them where they're at. All right, here we go. All right, so this is 1980 right here. And then you go into this long lull all the way into the early 2000s. Okay, and then in 2000, this starts to climb. Now, this right here was the major market crash of 2008. All right, right here, 2008. This was the first sign that the U.S. economy, as it is, was in its end times. This was the very first sign, the 2008 macro market crash. From this point on, banks initiate heavy gold accumulation, and you can see it in volume. So that's why I'm spreading this out to kind of show this to you. All right, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit now on this area right in here. All right. All right. This is now the monthly chart. Each candle represents a month. In 2020, gold enters a 1,300-day new base, new consolidation level. And then it starts going vertical. So this is called verticality. All right. And it really achieved its true verticality only about 12 days ago. This is incredible because I want to show you the difference between ascension, gradual ascension. See that slope? It's a nice, easy climb, easy climb. This almost goes straight up. This is called verticality. And the reason why we're going vertical right now is because the economic system that started back here for accumulation, where we knew that their current economy could not last, that transition is now. That's why gold has gone vertical. What economy am I talking about? I'm talking about an economy where the future of money is backed by assets. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, bang, 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 real estate, US treasuries, it's backed by assets. That flip of the switch is now. We are in those days. That's why gold has gone vertical. And I'm going to show you just how insane this move is by going to the daily. All right, on the monthly, from here to here shows up as vertical. But look at the last 12 days of price action. This is a $500 move from here to my initial target, which I told everybody was coming. Even when this was down at 3,000, this is a vertical climb. That's a $500 move for gold. That is unprecedented in 9 days. Gold has never achieved a $500 climb within a 9-day period. This is an unprecedented move. So I feel like I think gold's going to spend some time here now, possibly even pulling back to test some of this, to mitigate some of this. So we've got 3,500. This is going to be around 3,200, 3,100. I think gold probably, because of this vertical move, when you get vertical moves, that represents blow-offs, or that part of the move is probably coming close to an end. So we're going to know within a week. All right, because if this is going to continue to ascend, it's going to do it very quickly. But otherwise, I do believe gold over the next 3 to 5 years is on its way to 5K. But I don't think it's going to be straight up like this. If it is, it's going to happen very soon. Very soon. Otherwise, I think we see gold start to settle down and chill out and probably hold their support. All right, so let's go ahead and do silver, because silver has not done what gold has done yet. I'm going to back out to, let's go to the monthly chart, just so you guys can see. All right, silver has not even reached its old all-time high, which is right around $50. And that was achieved in 2011. All right, remember, each one of these candles represents an entire month. This was achieved in 2011. And you can see it's got a nice climb. I mean, we're talking about from the 11s down here all the way up to the $35 resistance. Okay. Silver is getting ready to do probably a gold-like run. And I do think we see silver up around 50 very soon. That's its old all-time high. Okay. So gold has pretty much been the precious metal leader as far as what it's achieved. And I think silver is going to follow that, just like Bitcoin usually goes first and then Ethereum. I think we're going to see silver start to move pretty quickly very, very soon. And not just the 50. I think over the next 3 to 5 years, we see silver start to head on to $100. Yep. Yep. That's what I think is coming over the next 3 to 5 years. But regardless, I think we achieved that $50 price tag probably before the end of the year or first quarter of 2026. So I just wanted to kind of show you, why are assets climbing? Why is Bitcoin holding such high levels? Why are these asset-based things? Why is real estate, other than commercial properties, why is real estate not really dropping that much? Because we're moving to an asset-backed economy. That is the flip of the economic switch. So let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin, because right now we have a potential market reversal. And I want you to see it, because I want you to know what has to happen here. All right. Yeah, looking good. So I've talked to you about Chach. Chach means change of character. Change of character represents the fact that the downtrend has been reversed. How do you know when the downtrend has the shot at reversal? You find the lowest low. You go to the high that precedes that low. You draw your line. And when price breaks that area and creates that higher high, or that set of higher lows has been reversed, that tells you that you have a shot at a reversal of trend. And you guys, I did this for you guys before. I'm going to do this very roughly. Yeah. So that set of lower highs and lower lows. So you must have this reversed by breaking that previous high. That's right there. And look what we have today. We have a nice, and I'm going to move this over so you can see volume. As of right now, we have a Chach. Remember, this has to close out above here. All right. So yes, in order for this to not be a false breakout, we need price to close up here. Okay. Now, there is some liquidity down here. So many times this will reverse and fill that liquidity. I'm going to show it to you on the 4-hour. So here's your Chach right here. But there is some liquidity. Let's use this guy. Right there. And there's going to be some in this candle up here. To keep in mind, this could come up, come down and fill this, and then off it goes. And that's fine. So just because we're breaking above the Chach point, don't get it twisted. If this comes back down below this, this is 88.8, 88.9. Don't get it twisted. So this can do that. Grab this liquidity here, back into this demand zone, and then fly. That's not a problem. Don't freak out if that happens. But what we want is for eventually this level to hold support. 89K. We really want 89K to hold support. So we still have, so this was a good sign. We broke the downtrend line. Signal number one, that's great. We broke the downtrend line. Signal number two, can we get a Chach? And for to get a Chach, we need the break. We need this to close up here. So I'll be keeping you posted on that at the end of the day. I'll let you know. Did we confirm the Chach? Then it's not the push that we're excited about. It's what holds up as support thereafter. You with me? You with me? You with me? You with me? That's what we want to see. And I've already shown you that this could come back down here and head higher. Now, that's Bitcoin. Let's check out Ethereum. Ethereum has shown us a lot less right now. Okay? Its Chach is way up here at 2100. Because right now it's a Bitcoin show. It's a Bitcoin show. So we still have the potential for a bottom. We have some liquidity here that Ethereum is probably going to fill. But Ethereum needs to break back above 1750. I mean, just to get started, it hasn't even, and I'm going to go to the daily chart so you can see it clearly. Ethereum has a lot more work to do than Bitcoin does. So Ethereum has not broken out of its downtrend. We have this beautiful channel, descending channel on the daily. We have a nice bottom forming, but we need this to confirm. How would that confirm? One, by reclaiming this horizontal, 1750. And that's still not at shot point. Two, by breaking out of the downtrend. And then three, by breaking the chotch in the same principle. Here's your low. Here's your high that precedes the low. And that is at 2100. So Ethereum has a lot more work than Bitcoin does as far as confirming. But I just wanted you guys to see that. So now you kind of know what's happening with Bitcoin. You kind of know what's happening for Ethereum. But I want to show you things I like on some altcoin charts. And we're going to start with TEL. And I showed you guys this before. But TEL is getting some follow through off of support. Yep. So here's its major support right here. Major support. So we have price pull back into that, set a bear trap, come back in, and now we have volume. Oh, you can't see it. There you go. Now you have volume coming in off of demand. This is a demand level. And that's exactly what you want to see. And price coming back up into this area. So imagine what happens to these things if Ethereum goes bullish. If Ethereum finally does flip that switch and Ethereum goes bullish when you have this type of stuff happening. So let's tell. We like that. But I want to show you another altcoin leader from last year, and that is CAS. So you can see that a lot of these things are starting to go bullish. So here's CAS off of a triple bottom, a major wick low. This is called a trips low, triple bottom. This has not only come up off that bottom, but this is starting to break out and move higher with volume. So we're getting some bullish things on a lot of altcoins. And remember, I talked to you about this last time I did an altcoin madness. Many alts are in some form and fashion of bottoming. But a lot of them are coming out of those bottoms bullishly. CAS is one of those. Okay, a lot of alts are still down in this area, forming their bottoms. The more we have starting to do this, the better it is and the more confirmation we have for a bullish reversal for the crypto markets overall. And I showed you one last time, CRV, and you can see just how bullish this is. This is CRV. Came out of its base. Beautiful, well-formed bottom, beautiful volume, beautiful ascension of volume, price ascending, volume ascending, and then on this last pullback, huge volume coming into this breakout. And then you can see price holding higher support. Here's resistance broken, now holding up as support. And I think we see CRV move into 78 cents very, very, very soon. Again, so we have bullish looking alts across the platform. Here's SUI, and this one is in its bottom. Another major big blue chip altcoin, SUI, SUI. Coming off of a nice, what do I want to use here? Let's go with little highlighter action. Yep. All right. So here we have a well-formed bottom. Look, let me move it over so you can see volume. We have a very well-formed bottom here. Very well-formed. Look at volume coming in off of this higher low. So we have now a beautiful higher low. And now we have volume coming back in. So when you see SUI break up, and it's trying to do that now, break this major level, this major resistance, which it's doing now, and then when it holds that as support, you'll be able to see these things start to move higher. And for SUI, that would be, this would also be its chotch point right here. So here's your lowest low, previous bounce high. So for SUI, this is its chotch for a change of character. So well-formed bottom, higher low, volume coming in. We need to break out and hold this, and then we need to go back and test the change of character area, break it and hold the support. So I'm showing you these things because as we see these things occur across the broad landscape of alts, then you have confirmation upon confirmation upon confirmation, and that happens in stages. And altcoins are in varying stages of this, okay? They're in varying stages of this. So this is what we're watching for to know, hey guys, crypto has finally switched on a macro scale to being back to bullish and uptrending. Right now we have potential bottoming. We have some breaking into higher highs, some breaking major resistance levels, but what we need now are major change of character breakouts across the landscape. And I believe we see that happen over the next, on a larger scale, into May, into June, into July, and my goodness, waiting for us in August. Probably the most bullish green light in the history of crypto, because it will open up the gates. It will literally open up the gates for the final green light for Wall Street is in August. It's in August. And it is that regulatory framework, which is all Wall Street needs as their final green light go button. That is literally in a few months, folks. We have the most bullish of parameters set for us moving into the summer, into fall and winter, and into 2026. And I believe that we see not only probably one of the biggest bull markets for crypto, but, and I've talked about this before, I believe we see the cryptocurrencies that have Wall Street products then transition into a new era wherein they trade like stocks. And so you have the opportunity right now, like this opportunity is going quickly, because once Wall Street saturation is achieved, these US-based cryptos and all of the cryptocurrency that have Wall Street products will likely never see these prices ever again. That's it for today. Hope you liked it. Till next time, baby. Here comes the boom.